I was being responsible, okay? We were out to lunch, and the baby went, just the tiniest little bit. And I was like, make it quiet or get it out.
Make it quiet or get it out.
I know that it's probably, you can't ban human babies from places. But
like, if you know your dog's reactive and can't handle being around other dogs, then you shouldn't bring it into a restaurant where there's potentially going to be other dogs.
Yep.
And also, to the other point, it's like, if you know that your baby hasn't had a nap and it's going to be a mess, then maybe just get takeout. I don't know, like...
She said it. Hello, everybody. I'm Josh.
And I'm Katie, and we're Fresh Breath.
We're the Band in the Van. This is the Band in the Van podcast. Today, we talk about a couple of rule differences on like the beaches here in Texas versus our Ontario home.
On some of the rules.
Yep.
And we talk about dogs in restaurants.
Yeah, and one of my wildly unpopular opinions that it's not going to go over well, so you'll have to check that out.
I think it's a little bit much, but we're putting this out there, so let's get into it. In the band.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back. Today, we are sitting at our favorite spot. So I'm just going to show you where we're sitting because this is great and it's going to be a hot topic of the podcast. So here. Right there. I can edit that in.
Pretty nice.
Just like magic. Oh, I have a little bit of heartburn kicking here. Very strong margarita.
We had a margarita on the beach. It's the first margarita I've had since we've been here. So.
The first margarita since we've been here, which
Not
is
the first
actually
drink, but the first margarita.
Yes, the very first margarita. Okay, so today we would like to talk about people making song requests at shows. Now, I know a lot of people that watch this are probably either music fans or musicians themselves. Mm-hmm. And there's a right way and a wrong way to do that. And there's...
Timer.
Oh, gotta set the timer. There is a group of women that came into our show like...
Last Wednesday.
Last Wednesday. Or, I mean, it could have been any day of the week at any of the venues. Who they came in and they asked us for Delta Dawn. And now the only reason that I even know what that song is because of the episode of Friends
where Monica
sings Delta Dawn with her nipple showing.
Yeah, and we should cut to that because it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Delta Dawn. Can you totally see through her shirt?
Like an X-ray.
Okay. So anyway, so we don't know it because that's not a very popular song.
I mean, I know it, but I don't know it. Like, I feel like a lot of people think like, and I've said this to people before, it's like, I don't know that one. But they're like, you don't know that song? It's like, well, I know it. I don't know how to play it. You understand that learning lyrics and chords for songs is different than just like singing along to something on the radio. But anyways.
Yes. So they proceed to walk away in a bit of a tizzy, which is fine. You know, like you're allowed to do whatever.
The one girl tipped us anyways and was like, well, they want to hear Delta Dawn. We're like, oh, well, I'm sorry, but we are human beings. We're not jukeboxes. Anyway.
Yeah. So they proceed to have a table of 10 people just start singing Delta Dawn while we're like supposed to be playing. Yeah. So we just stop and we let them sing the song that they want to hear. Yeah. And we're like, karaoke starts later. But anyway, so then we just let them do that. And I just made a statement. I said, well, if you want to tip these ladies, their tip jar is actually our tip jar and it's right here. And you can put tips in there. And it got us thinking to another time. We were playing, was it Twigs way back in the day?
I think so.
Yeah, way back in the day before Twigs had their unfortunate have to rebuild, let's just say that. We were playing a Jace Mraz song, and apparently it wasn't to the liking of a guy.
And he decided to just put it on his phone
full blast, like 2 tables from the stage while we were playing
and just listen to it.
And listen to it while we were playing it.
And we were like, okay, like,
yeah,
you're literally hearing us play it in real time, but you decided to put it on your phone. Like, I don't know if it was because he was like, oh, I want to see what is this song, and he looked it up and then started playing, but then he just let it play.
He played it for like 4 minutes while we were
and
playing.
like, don't get me wrong, I've done some of that myself where I've had a couple mini 2 drinks and I've requested songs and I've been that person. So and I know, and you know, I can recognize that I did that, and I think back on it like, oh, oops.
I think
So
my
it
favorite
happens,
favorite time that Katie's ever done that, I will name a name. It was Phil Charette. He's a local musician. He's a lovely human being and a great performer. And we were at Splats in Kingsville when that was still a thing. Katie was inebriated, let's just say that a little bit. And Phil was like, "Do you want to come up and sing a song?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she gets up on stage and she grabs the microphone and she's like, "Hi, everybody. I'm Phil Charette." And then I don't think he liked that.
But that's different than requesting a song. But I remember requesting it to him. I feel like he's like, I've targeted him on this a couple times.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was like, can you play, I think it was like Audio Slave or something I wanted to hear. And he was like, I only know this one. Which, kudos to even knowing an Audio Slave song and playing it. And I was like naive enough to be like, oh, not that one, which is the worst thing to say. And so I'm sorry, Phil. I realize what I did now.
What's important now?
I try not to do that, but it happens all the time, and usually, you know, like we'll just be like, take it with a grain of salt and be like, sorry, we don't know it, is there anything else or whatever. But also like, we're not like request machines. Like we know what we know and we stick to, you know, like a certain genre a lot of the time. So it's like, we can, if you can request something and we know how to play it, we will play it 100%. But like, there's a lot of songs out there, especially in Texas, a lot of people want to hear Wagon Wheel or some country songs, and we're just like,
We got told that we have to learn Mustang Sally the other day, and
and we don't like getting told what to do.
Yeah, we're just not going to do. I got into this because I don't like being told what to do. So being told what to do is not what I like to do.
He insisted that everybody here loves Mustang Sally. I'm like, oh, I know.
Oh, we know.
I'm aware.
Know. That's along with everywhere else too. Loves Mustang Sally and Sweet Caroline, and I'm very sorry if you like those songs and you come and see us and we don't know how to play them. I apologize to you in advance.
But the whole like thing is like, we try to be a breath of fresh air wherever we go, and we play the different things. It's always songs that you're gonna know or bands that you're gonna know, but it's never like the ones that are like the major hits, because it's like, I don't know.
Everybody does it.
As music lovers ourselves, and I don't know, I'm kind of like a music snob, I guess, in a way, where I'm like, I like niche music. I like what I like, and if I had to play the songs that everybody else liked all the time, then I wouldn't be happy up here performing. So like, I know that is I don't know, how would you say this? Like, that's like, not every musician thinks that way, because a lot of people are like, we're out here to make the crowd happy. And I'm not saying I'm not there to do that.
Rick Rubin said that the listener comes last, all right? And I took that to heart.
The audience comes last.
I also need to take care of myself and to be happy with what I'm choosing to perform. So
you know, we're really selling people on coming out to see us. Right? All right, I'm changing the subject. So
you should sell them on this hot topic.
This is the worst.
This is Josh's.
Okay, well, hold on a second. No, we're going to talk about some differences between rules at public beaches in Texas versus our home of Ontario. Okay, and then we will slide into what I'm sure
is wildly unpopular.
You will hate everything I have to say after this. But so down here, I already just showed you. I'll show you again real quick. Okay, so that's like one of the public beaches down here, and some of the rules that are down here are so much different than home, and there's such a breath of fresh air. Like, you can bring your food and barbecue and beer as long as it's not glass, and you can go onto the beach, and you can I don't know if you can barbecue on the beach, but they provide barbecues for you here.
Yeah, there's like a barbecue pit area.
Yeah, and you can have your beers as long as you drink. Yeah, as long as you don't
smoke. You can have dogs on the beach.
Yeah, you can walk dogs.
Very minimal rules, except for don't feed the seagulls.
Don't feed the seagulls. Don't climb on the railings, and like generally don't be a dick. You know, so like and again, I'm not advocating for getting shit-faced on the beach. Just saying, like, if you want to come and have a can of beer while you're sitting out getting some sun, and, like...
Yeah, you should be able to
You should be able to do that.
Yeah.
So in Ontario, you can't drink on the beach, can't smoke on the beach, you can't
have a
dog on the beach, which is insane to me.
I hate that rule.
That's the worst rule, because I feel like my dog has better manners than some human beings do. And now we're going to get into something that I know you're not going to like. So Katie and I were walking at Holiday Beach in Colchester, Harrow. And
back at
home. And we walked past the no dog sign because there's nobody there. And, like, if there's a dog there and nobody sees it, it's
the whole, like, no dogs on the beach rule is just insane. It's
does
like,
a tree make a sound if it falls in the woods and nobody's there to hear it? No. And there's no dogs on the beach if there's nobody there to see it. But anyways, so we were walking by and we're like, the dog's being nice and she has a poop, and I pick it up and I put it into a garbage, and then we walk further down the beach, and on this tree stump there is a folded up diaper of a human baby just left on the beach. So now, this is my wildly unpopular opinion.
They're wildly unpopular.
This is our argument.
This is very wildly unpopular opinion, but we go into a restaurant the other day, and it used to be dog friendly, but then now it's not dog friendly, and this is down here.
This is just like, it just happened this week. Like, we brought Ruby in there, and they've always let the dogs in there.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden,
Ruby's so great. She goes in, she sleeps, she says hi to the waiters. She doesn't bark at anything. And, like, I get it that not everybody's dogs do that. But we walked in and she's like, sorry, you can't have your dog in here anymore. It's a new rule. I know people are upset about it and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's fine. So we bring the dog out and we come back in. And she's like, oh, you came back in. Most people don't. They take offense to that and they leave. And I'm like, no, it's fine. I'm like, but my dog does have better manners than most human beings. And then we walk into the restaurant and proceed to hear a screaming baby that two delinquent parents are just ignoring, and it's ruining my meal. And all I want to do is be like, can we make a no baby in restaurants rule?
They're wildly unpopular.
Like, I want to take a poll. Like, leave it in the comments. How many times has a dog ruined your atmosphere at a restaurant versus how many times has a screaming baby or toddler or horrifying child ruined your time at a restaurant? I'm going to go with way more times a child has ruined your dinner than a dog has. And so I feel that it's necessary to advocate for the good dogs of the world, that I feel like we should be able to look at things objectively and be like, you need to get that thing out of here because it's making too much noise.
Exactly.
And I'm talking about a baby.
How many times has it been like, oh, well, like, you know, one bad dog ruins it for the rest? Well, it's like, well, maybe one bad baby ruins it for the rest.
Or the parents.
Or maybe.
Or the dog owner.
Yeah. But also, I said to Josh, I'm like, well, there are places that are 21 and over that you can go to that I was like, okay, well, then you should just go there. But a lot of bars, people bring their babies too, and or dogs too. So it's
restaurants.
Like,
so we went out for breakfast. This is the day after this is happening. We went out for breakfast, and I walk in, and there's a screaming baby in the restaurant again too, and I'm like, I'm looking, I don't see any no baby signs. And I'm like, we need to get with the times here, people. So then I proceed to lean over to this, I can only assume a very proud grandmother who's standing by herself.
I'm like, Josh, don't.
Yeah, Katie's like, please don't say anything. Please don't say anything. And I'm like, I can't bring my dog in here, but they can bring them shitty babies in here. And she looked at me like aghast. She was very upset.
Like horrified. I'm like, I walked away. I'm like, oh my God.
Again, this is a wildly unpopular opinion of mine. I understand, but let me know in the comments if you agree with this, because I feel like if there's no dogs, there should be no screaming babies. I'm sorry. I'm
There's
just
never
saying.
going to be that rule. There's
I know.
Never gonna
I know.
Be,
We're in a time.
Like no human.
We're
beings.
in a time of equal rights for all right now, and I feel like it should be to animals as well.
Well, you know what? And like most of the time in bars, they'll be like, okay, after a certain hour of the day, you're not allowed to bring your kids in. After 8 o'clock on the weekends, they're like, no kids.
No kids.
And like, I feel like that's pretty good rule because like there's drunk people around, and it's like not the vibe where you should be bringing your kids.
No, totally.
But I mean, there's families that need to go out with their kids at a restaurant and they're on vacation and it has to happen, right?
It does have to happen.
But also it's like, if it's an outdoor patio, I don't know. There's patios here where they don't allow dogs because they're small and it's like maybe there was some incident or whatever.
And I understand this is an absolutely absurd
insane
point of view. It's wildly unpopular.
They're wildly unpopular.
But we just
I
thought
understand
that it was funny, like the contrast of like the beaches down here, and then it just got us thinking, like, I don't know. In Ontario, the whole like no dogs on the beach rule is just like, why? Like because people weren't picking up their dog's poop, but then we walk and there's dirty diapers everywhere. So it's like,
we're like, there's bad dog parents and there's really bad human parents.
I know.
And I feel like they should all be looped into they should be all looped into one group where you're like, actually, you guys just you aren't good with your dog, so you're not allowed to bring your dog. And if your baby comes in and starts crying, you gotta go.
Well, and like sometimes, like, I forget where we were, and I think it was out west somewhere in Canada, where there was like, it was a dog friendly patio, but it was like you get like 2 strikes or something.
Yeah.
It's like if your dog.
No, it was a 1-strike rule.
It was a 1-strike.
One-strike rule. Your dog comes in, they meet the dog, they go, oh, your dog sucks. They go, you're out. And then I'm just saying, a little nudge, you bring a little baby in, take a little photo ID. You're like, this little shit has been screaming the whole time. This is awful. Yeah. Anyways, any parents out there, I'm just kidding. Your kids are cute and they're great, but if they're being shitty, just get them out of here.
Well, yeah, I know. You brought a baby in a bar.
Yeah, you got a baby in a bar. Like,
You have a baby in a bar.
why? Anyways. So
those were our wildly unpopular.
Yeah, that's what I know. It's a wildly unpopular opinion, but I do want to take a proper poll, and I think you should vote. Say, how many times has a dog ruined your meal at a restaurant, and how many times has a screaming baby ruined your meal?
Remember last year, or one of the years, my cousin Kate and Luke came down with Charlotte.
Charlotte was just newborn.
There was like a joke going around about, it was a Tom Segura joke or something, and he was like, make it quiet or get it out.
Yeah.
And Josh said that to Kate, and she was like, oh my God.
Yeah, well, I was being responsible, okay? We were out to lunch, and the baby went, just the tiniest little bit, and I was like, make it quiet or get it out.
Make it quiet or get it out.
Like the tiniest little thing. But anyways, so that 15 minutes went by real quick.
We were real heated about this.
I just want to get your opinion on it. Like, what do you think? Like, I know that it's probably, you can't ban human babies from places,
there's
but
no
like,
there's
just
no way
saying,
around
maybe
more 21 and older, or like 19 and older. Like at home it's 19, or here's 21.
Maybe more people like train their dogs better so that they don't get kicked out of places.
Well, that's just it. There's people that have the dog-friendly places that end up ruining it, like at the places we've been to that have switched the rule. Obviously, something happened,
happened.
So it's like, if you know your dog's reactive and can't handle being around other dogs, then you shouldn't bring it into a restaurant where there's potentially going to be other dogs.
Yep.
And also, to the other point, it's like, if you know that your baby hasn't had a nap and it's going to be a mess, then maybe just get takeout. I don't know, like...
She said it. All right, we'll see you next week, everybody. Cheers.